Alright, this is FYNDR with a new video. In this case, it's a channel update I wanted to put out for 2019. Um, it's pretty abundantly clear just from the thumbnail and from the actual uh, words on the screen that this video is mostly to do with a break happening with the channel. But I thought that I'd sort of expand on that a little bit. I guess to start things off, just looking back to 2018, I had done the 10th anniversary video and sort of laid out some goals for the channel since then. Um, and my idea was basically that in 2018 I wanted to try to put out content a little more regularly, um, so that there'd be sort of fresh content to consume for users and subscribers for the channel. Um, just between the different kinds of videos that I do, I'm trying to think back. There was the new album I put out along with a teaser track. I done a video walkthrough for the new game that I had worked on. There was the Revenge of the Sunfish walkthrough and some save hacking guides, I believe, for a couple of games. So overall, I think there were over a dozen, I think 13 or 14 new videos. And that was all well and good. But what I did was at the end of the year, usually I take an accounting of things on my end, and not specific to YouTube. I go through like statistics for game downloads and other things like that, just based on my personal records and other sites. But in any case, I was able to sort of delve into the new stats view for YouTube in terms of page views and videos and all that sort of thing. So looking at the analytics was pretty helpful. But overall, in the past year, even though I tried to put out more content, the number of views is still pretty persistently low. I think it was something like 200 some views on the new videos I put out. So, like on average, a new video would have maybe 14 views on it, um, which isn't great. And I had sort of noticed it in particular for the Vaporwave albums that I had done, that um, the videos that I had done in 2017 had gotten more views per album than in 2018. And just over time, the views have been just going down and down. Looking at the broader picture, I started a channel back in 2008, and actually the view count in that year was pretty high. Well, it was like 30,000. I have no idea if that's actually a high number, but for me, it's a relatively high number. And then it sort of went up and crested a couple years later, and then it just sort of retreated back downward again, and actually went below 10,000 as of like 2014, and then has pretty much stayed flat since then. So I guess the one thing I noticed is that in the previous year, where I was making a conscious effort to try to put out more videos, the number of overall channel views hadn't really changed that much between the preceding 5 or so years. So in light of that, it's not like I won't be uploading videos in the future, because I will, for if I put out any new games or any new albums, then I would upload footage here. But I probably won't try to explicitly do any new videos beyond that, unless something really, really grips me and inspires me to do a video. So I won't be making an active effort, is what I'm trying to say. Although there will be new videos, just in terms of subject matter, they're going to be more limited in scope. So yeah, that was the main channel update, and I guess since I had done a video that was similar to this a year ago, I figured it'd be good to just check in and sort of give a summary of what's happened since then. So I had started work on a short story at the time of that video, and I went through editing, and I went through the publication process, and I actually did get it published in a book, an actual print book. So that worked out really well for me. Um, I'll throw a link in the description just for kicks, but it's part of an anthology of other short stories, so it's actually pretty substantial. Uh, so that was a pretty nice feather in my cap. And then the other thing was Zenith Hunter, of course, which I did a walkthrough for. But I worked on that um, for a good chunk of last year. Probably like half the year was spent on that one. And I was able to put it out both on my site and on Steam, um, which worked out pretty well. Um, and then I guess the third thing was I did another Vaporwave album, which I was able to get into a little more deliberately and patiently, and I think it came out pretty nicely. That was Rain Streak Memories, and I put that out last year. I want to say it was in the spring sometime. But yeah, so those were my main creative goals that I met for 2018, were those three things: a story, a game, and an album. I'm going to try to do the same this year, although I'm not so sure about the album part. That'll take some time to sort of percolate, but just on tap for this year as it pertains to the channel. I'll see if I end up having sufficiently good material to make an album, and we'll see what happens with that. I'll be doing another short story, which I've finished the rough draft of, but I'll begin editing for that this coming week, and that's going to be a process, of course. And then the other thing is that I'll be working on a new game sometime this year, and I'm not sure on the specifics, but I know that I want it to be sort of an homage to old Game Maker B games, so sort of like Sexy Hiking and Revenge of the Sunfish were. So a sort of like ad hoc graphics and sort of a rough feeling to it. So we'll see how that goes. I haven't even started on that one, but there's plenty of time this year to work on it. So yeah, that was pretty much the extent of what I wanted to bring up. So thanks again for watching my videos. And yeah, I look forward to the next one. I'm not sure when it will be, but it probably wouldn't be any sooner than summer, just because of the amount of time it takes to create these things. Just I'm fairly sure I wouldn't be able to get anything out till then. But in any case, yeah, just keep an eye on the channel, and the updates will come slowly, but they will come. So anyway, until then.